Good morning, student. Today I am going to start the new topic, concurrent forces. So, do you know what is concurrent forces? If the number of forces act on a point, then the forces are called concurrent forces. So, as you see in a figure, the three forces F1, F2 and F3 act on a single point O. Then these points F1, F2, F3 are called concurrent forces. Now the next topic is equilibrium of concurrent forces. In this situation, number of forces act on a point and the resultant of those forces will be zero. So here we can try to understand how the resultant of those forces will be zero. Okay. So consider that number of forces act on a body, and suppose that body is in the state of equilibrium under the action of equilibrium forces. That is, body remain at rest or moving with uniform velocity in a straight line under the action of equilibrium of concurrent forces. Means on a body, suppose three forces F1, F2, F3 act like this. So first we find the resultant of F1 and F2 by using parallelogram law of vector addition. Parallelogram law of vector addition. So as we study in parallelogram law of vector addition, if two vectors acting simultaneously at a point, then the resultant of these two vectors can be represented by their diagonal which passes through that point. It means this line will be the resultant of this, means F1 plus F2, right? If this resultant of F1 and F2 is equal and opposite to third vector force F3. So this force is suppose OA, OB and this OC. So in equilibrium condition, OD must be equal and opposite to OC, and OD is the resultant of F1 F2, which is F1 plus F2 is equal to minus F3, or this line it can be written as F1 plus F2 plus F3 is equal to 0, right? So we can say that the number of forces act on a body and the resultant of those forces is 0, then body will be in equilibrium. Means if the body in the state of rest will remain in the state of rest, or if the body is moving in a uniform velocity in a certain direction, then he will move in the same direction with same speed, when the resultant of forces will be 0. So this situation, this stage is known as equilibrium of concurrent forces. Now let us see the one important problem. Actually this is not a numerical problem, it is the case of pulley problem in theory. Okay, so in this problem, two masses M1 and F2 are connected at the two ends of the light inextensible string that passes over a frictionless pulley. Suppose this is a frictionless pulley, okay, and over this pulley one string it passes like this, right? And here one mass is attached, M1, and here another mass is connect, M2. So as in figure it is clear that this M1 is greater than M2, M1 greater than M2. It means this is moving downward and this is moving upward, but weight always act downward and weight is equal to mg. When weight acting downward, then a tension comes into play in the string T1 that act in upward direction. Here also tension toward the fixed point. Okay. So for a body of mass m1, so from this figure it is clear that m1 is moving downward. It means m1g is greater than t. So effective force will be m1g minus t is equal to m1a. Okay. So again try to understand. Here body is moving downward. It means m1g is greater than t. So the resultant of these two forces means m1g minus t is equal to m1a. Similarly, for a body of mass m2, okay, so in this figure body is moving upward. It means this t is greater than m2g, and the resultant of these two forces will be t minus m2g is equal to m2a. So this is the equation number 1 and this is the equation number 2. Now adding equation 1 and 2, m1g minus t plus t minus m2g is equal to m1a plus m2a, right? So this t cancel, so m1 minus m2 outside g is equal to m1 plus m2 outside a. So we have to calculate the acceleration. So a equal to m1 minus m2 into g upon m1 plus m2. By using this formula, we can calculate the acceleration produced in this body. To calculate the tension in the string, put the value of a in equation 2. So t minus m2g is equal to m2, and the value of a is m1 minus m2 outside g upon m1 plus m2, right? So t equal to, now solve this, m1 m2 into g minus m2 square into g upon m1 plus m2 plus m2 g. So t equal m1 m2 g minus m2 g plus m2 g m1 plus m2 whole upon m1 plus m2, right? Now open this bracket. So t equal to m1 m2 g minus m2 square g plus m1 m2 g plus m2 square g upon m1 plus m2. To this m2 square g and this m2 square g plus minus cancel. So we can write t equal twice m1 m2 into g upon m1 plus m2. So by using this equation we can calculate the tension in the